Positive start here for North East United. The game started frantically in the opening minute or so. Gui forced to go backwards to Dinesh. So allowed to run through Nesta and goes all the way back to Samik Mitra in the Chennai goal. This is when the teams have been at their most prolific, and this is for both teams up to this point, 3 and 2 respectively, coming just after the half-time break.
I think North East certainly the second half of the game they have conceded goals as well towards the end of the game, as well as scoring. So short on Pedro Benali would have addressed those things at half time. I haven't made any changes in personnel yet, but certainly let's look to see if they've made any changes in terms of the way they're going to approach the second half.
That Chennai made 4 changes to their starting lineup tonight. North East just the one. North East 4 changes. Chennai just the 1 change with Jordan Gill coming in for Daniel Chimachukwu. This challenge by Dinesh, who does have a habit of doing that at times. It's Farouk who is on the end of it.
Crunching tackle, got the ball. Got a little bit more than just the ball. They got away with it. I think as we were saying in the first half, it was brewing between the two of them. It's a good contest so far between the fullback and Farouk.
Chennai unbeaten in their last 11. They've led at half time. Particularly just twice on the road last season. Chennai have picked up the majority of their points at home. 19 points at home last season, just 8 points on the road for Owen Coyle's side.
The gaps are just too big between the Chennai defence and the front line. Some of the players just not working in their transitions defensively, which is why Northeast will find it easy to get from defence into attack. The likes of Jordan Gill, Brunilla, just don't offer enough out of possession for Owen Coyle, and I think he just needs to get more out of them when they don't have the ball. Otherwise, they're going to invite Northeast back into this game.
Through the way by Laudin Voyer, a little backhill just a moment or so ago from Partim. I think he was looking for Nesta to come in behind him. There is Nesta, Partim. Dinesh. Blocked by Shields. It's all about building from the ground upwards. I'm sure Owen Coyle was interested. Chennai, of course, had a strategic partnership with Norwich City, and there was an under-12s tournament in the UK at the weekend. Chennai beat Bermuda on a couple of occasions. Borussia Dortmund's under-12s 4-2. The only side they lost to was FC Kuala Lumpur, which is one of Phil Macefield's academy teams. He told me I've got to mention that. But seriously, Chennai and under-12s, playing in those sort of competitions, it's all about building for the future. This is something we didn't see in the early years of ISL, and now we're seeing clubs with proper structures from the ground up.
Yeah, we've seen the RFDL teams going in and playing against opposition in England as well, and having some good results this season. The Punjab FC's development side. I think that bodes well for the future. Coaches get that exposure as well, playing against better opposition. And that's where you can see the young Indian, we talk about young Indian strikers getting the confidence. Those are the leagues where they can get to play, harness their skills in those positions, so that they can be knocking on the door and challenging for spots, as we've seen the likes of Parker Gogoy here and others doing.
6th corner of the game already for Chennai. They're not giving Jordan Gill any room. Gui that's been given the job of marking it. It's coming from a lot deeper this time, and the referee will stop at the pushing and shoving. Ryan Edwards is a big imposing figure in there as well. Did get a couple of goals last season. The captain. Villa was the corner, it's aimed in towards Jordan Gill. Couldn't reach him though. This control by Ojara. Jordan Gill. He looks across at the assistants, and the flag has stayed down. And North East furious, they thought that was offside, but again, it's A poor ball by Ajari that's given it back to Chennaiyin. And Owen Coyle said have a 2-goal cushion. It's Jordan Gill's second of the game against his former club. Chennaiyin heading for their second win of the season.
Set pieces, that's what it's come down to. Chennaiyin punish Northeast on every occasion tonight on the set pieces. Once again, it was a corner. They dealt with the first phase, but they just couldn't deal with the second phase. With the initial header, this is poor clearance. Just didn't get players out. And as it's come in, he's clearly onside as they're pushing out. Has all the time to have that touch, turn, volley that in. And as a little glance over to the linesman just to see, I think he was surprised as well that he found himself in an onside position. Wasn't the cleanest of finishes, but when you've got that much time, he doesn't need to be. And once again, you could say, do they deserve to be 3-1 up? Yes, they do, because the key moments, the set pieces, they've absolutely punished Northeast tonight.
A good decision by the assistant to keep the flag down. I think if it had gone to Farouk Chowdhury, he might have been slightly offside, but certainly Jordan Gill was onside when that ball came through to him. He's a little bit calmer in the second half, Owen Coyle. It was Northeast that got off to the flyer in the first half. That goal from Jordan Gill has put Chennai into a 3-1 lead here. Northeast have won just one of their last 10 meetings with Chennai.
Well, if they're going to win it, it's going to have to be that 4-3 scoreline by the looks of it.
Well, never say never. We know how this game can twist and turn and change in a heartbeat. Party good boy. Jerry on the chase, not a good ball there from Party, and I just wonder now, Benali will be weighing up his options on the bench and who he can maybe bring on to give them a slightly different dimension. And he's going to be Mohamed Bimama as we say that. He's going to come on. I'm sure it will be his fellow Moroccan Greg Magui that will go off.
It's pretty much a straight like-for-like swap. And I think they make that change. You blink, so will we. I think Owen Coyle is going to bring in some fresh legs too.
Rapilla just been forced a little bit wide. Again, when he's on the edge. It's kind of Shields. Buckajee. It was from a long way out, but it's off target. And the wide of the post.
Rabilla's been lively once again. This is where you see confidence now in the Chennai players, getting more players committed forward. And this is why it's great to see when you watch these Owen Coyle sets. They're not going to sit back on a 3-1. They will look to go and get the fourth. And they get to scoring away from, you could say, from open play, because all three of the goals have come from set piece situations. And he's certainly been one of the hardest working players. I think he's one of the few players on the Chennai side that offers them a lot in both directions. You see Connor Shields, especially joining in the attack. He's a key player for them. And even out of possession, he offers them a lot of work. And I think that's the kind of player that epitomizes kind of a typical sort of Owen Coyle side.
And Richard Gui, that really not happy about being walked off by Juan Benali. Connor Shields, if he doesn't get a goal tonight, he's on a run of 20 games without a goal. But he's the kind of player that goals don't matter to him because he plays his part with the contribution. He's not always about scoring goals.
Absolutely. I think sometimes you look at the stats of these players, sometimes you've got to look at the distances covered, you look at the high intensity runs they make. He offers so much to this team. It's one of those that if he's not playing, you'd notice a lot more how much a side like Chennai would miss him, because he gives you so much. And I'm sure, just looking at the kind of personality he offers a lot in the dressing room to this Chennai side.
Forward by Dinesh. Pointed. Bimama. Scores Tom Dumber to backtrack slightly for that one. Bimama. Ball into space. Nesta quite had enough on the pass. Getting in there, giving the ball straight back to Juan Benali's side. Just the 2 shots on target from Northeast United so far. Those chances in the first half, the 2 in particular, one for Ajare and that header for a Party which went wide. they'll look back, and if they don't take anything from this match, here's Partib again. Over the top. Comfortably gathered by Samit Mitra. Northeast home record of late has been pretty good. They won their final 2 home games of last season against Kerala and Odisha, keeping a clean sheet in both those games. They've lost just one of their previous 5 coming into this at the Indira Gandhi Stadium. That was it against Punjab. Well, this is where coaches have to earn their money, isn't it? When they're trailing 2-goal cushion, what could Benali do to his side to get them back into the game? Oh, almost caught in possession there, Kermit. Oh, the Shields, he was that closed him down. Ajare. Good quickly from Ajare. Well, just got to run it slightly and into the side netting, but it was an exciting run from Ajare.
Yeah, just positive football from Ajare. Just seeing a small gap, taking players on, almost inviting a challenge from players. He's lucky, struck the foot out. Could have been a penalty given away by Fran Yadler, tackling him from almost the wrong side. But this is what we need to see a little bit more from the Northeast players. A little less of this kind of risk.
So you have the situation under control.
What are you saying about coaches having to earn their money in these kind of situations? If you look at tonight's performance, I think Pedro Benali is going to have a look and think, well, we've created enough. We've had the chances. If you look at the chances that the Ajare's had, Nesta, Partib, they certainly could have scored 3 from open play. And if you look at the ones they've conceded, they've yet to concede from open play. It's just set piece defending that's really cost them. And he did allude to it at the start of the game that the physicality of Chennai side could be something that causes them problems.
Jerry just trying to thread that through, well read by Lavin Poya. Jerry again. Almost finding Partib. And those are Jerry's numbers in terms of sprints, level with Minante at the top of that list.
Almost over the perfect ball through to Partib. There's going to be less and less space now. If, as the game tires, Chennai players, the defensive line will drop a little bit further. The space is going to be afforded them in front. And this is where you've got to see if Juan Pedro Benali can change that, bring something into the game, get Nesta more involved. We saw in the first half that combination between Nesta and Ajare. We need to see a little bit more of that. I think this is where Northeast may be a little bit lacking this season. Do they have the strength and depth on the bench to bring about certain changes?
It's having those strength in depth options. So a player down here, but Chennai play continues though. Connor Shields across the field by the keeper. Dinesh just got there in time to clear it away for the corner. Just slipped away from Guppy. And if Yadway clatters into the advertising boards, Dinesh, fortunately, was in the right place at the right time.
Good refereeing. It played the advantage. The advantage almost paid off for Chennaiins. Keeper just letting that squirm underneath his body. He needed Dinesh to come and tidy up at the back post. Otherwise, that could have been the tap in. That's Irfan Yadav needed something like that to get him on the score sheet and get that confidence back into his game.
Well, there's no wonder Chennai wanted to retain Connor Shields. I remember seeing him in last season's Durand Cup when he made his debut, and he clearly had a real ability and a really good engine to get up and down the field, and he's proven to be an integral part of this Chennai side. He takes the corner again, not a great one this time though, away by Dinesh. Jordan Gill on a hat trick. He's about to be replaced by Daniel Chimachukwu any time now. Was just in behind Farouk. Still managed to dig the shot out, but he's always going to get under the ball from that sort of range. Haven't seen too many shots from him tonight, but man after his Indian performance in the night, playing with a smile on his face.
Playing with a smile on his face and playing with confidence. Wasn't the ball was going away from him. Very, very difficult for him to get that on target, but that's the difference. That's what we're talking about. When you have confidence, you're going to try and attempt those.
And then the mother picks up the yellow card for a tackle of Rabella a little bit earlier on. So that's the first yellow card of the evening. From a substitute, the man who was most recently added to the field of play. Obviously, his third yellow of the season, so he's probably just one away from a suspension even at this stage. There's the challenge.
A bit late, but good to see the referee played on. Didn't stop that. There was a promising attack for Chennai and almost was a double punishment. The yellow card, and it could have been a goal too.
Edwards header. Powerful header as well. This is where Owen Coyle will want his Chennai side to be resilient now. Said earlier on about North East taking the lead in all 5 games, but not closing out the wins. Only that first game when they scored that very late goal. Lost that game to Mohammedan, of course. It's the second season Chennai had been on the end of a first defeat. Of course, it was Hyderabad that won their first game last season, our only game against Chennaiyin, and Mohammedan getting their first win. Also against Chennaiyin. Well, Jordan Gill, job is done. 2 goals, bullet header against his former club. And then this one, staying on side to almost bouncing it beyond Gurney. The striker who, when he's on form, knows exactly where the net is.
Yeah, I just think the way he looked at the start of the season, probably needed a bit more time, a bit more of a pre-season to get him up and running. And I think that the breaks just done a world of good, got himself in shape, got his confidence in the practice game they had earlier in the week against Okulum. And now, Chimachukwu on the ball has got competition for his spot. He scored 1 this season, Gill's got 2.
Chimachukwu scored 6 times for Jamshedpur last season. We can see North East are having to battle hard here, but matching Chennai in pretty much with those numbers. Except the clearances, which North East have had to make a lot more clearances than their opponents. Daniel Chimachukwu was part of the Jamshedpur league winning Shield team under Owen Coyle.
You can see the Chennai side now sitting a little bit deeper. There's less space in behind. That's what 3-1 scoreline can afford you to do. You don't need to push too many players up. Edwards isn't going to get his back line too high now. So you won't have to worry about the threat of Najari getting in behind. And this is exactly what playing into their books. The high ball. They're going to be happy to win everything in the air. And this is where we left to see, does North East United have a plan B? Can they unlock teams that sit in and defend against them?
Chennai back on the attack once again. The next game is a home game against FC Goa in a week's time. Brambilla ready through Chukwu. Just a slightly heavy touch allowed Ashir to make the clearance. It's the first of 3 home games for North East. Jamshedpur to come, followed by Odisha.
With the heavy touch for Chimachukwu as he's just come on, but he still manages to win his side of corner. Let's see if they can continue that dominance they've had against North East from these set pieces. Once again, the likes of Edwards coming up are going to cause a lot of problems. I think the confusion that the big men cause will allow another player to benefit if the referee doesn't blow his whistle for all this pushing and shoving that's going on.
Miller with the corner. He's hanging on this turn to its loud employer. Jitin throws the ball out of play slightly. I don't seem to have mentioned Jitin's name too many times in this second half.
Yeah, you can see that in all the everyone's focus on Chukwu and Edwards, on Dimpuyo, finding a little bit of space around the back post. But yeah, Mark, as you were saying, I think just when the game, as it sort of goes near toward the end of the game, there's less space for the likes of Jitin to run into. This is where you mentioned about players that could be knocking the door for the national team. What else can they offer in terms of every team? Obviously, they've got the pace to exploit. They can hit teams on the counter attack. But now, when there is, do they have something more to their game that can make them an asset?
Away by Edwards. For a little bit of a coming together between Chukwu and Gamama. It's a clumsy challenge. We are giving the foul away. On Jare. Good to get in the face of Colin Shields as well. A fairly soft one to give away, really, from Dimpuyo.
Yeah, there's not too much in that, I think. Jare just looking to provoke Shields and see if they can get some kind of advantage if the game goes to 10v11. We see a little contact between Bahama and Chukwu, both eyes on the ball.
Sitting Mitchell just getting up on all of the ice. Set piece to be profitable here for North East United. Good to see the crowds coming back again into the Indira Gandhi Stadium. I remember going there back in 2015 and 2016 and regularly over 20,000 plus there. But over the years, of course, it dwindled in that 3 or 4 seasons ago. But there's a bit of a feel-good factor about football in the North East at the moment, which is great.
And they'll only get better when they play in Shillong soon.
It goes straight into the wall. Going in from Mayakano, kept in by Jitin. Goes out off Ollie Shields. How can North East get themselves back into this? We're into the final quarter of the game. I haven't really threatened Stanley Mitchell's goal much in this second half. Jimmy Chukwu with a defensive header. Was back to the back go. Shot was hit well, but was blocked in front of goal. Dimpuyo, slightly hurried clearance, just sliced away for a throw for North East United. What a long throw working. Yeah, they have got some towels around the pitch after a dry ball here for the long throw. From Dunbar with the throw. Edwards again with the header away. Farouk just jumped into Tom Dunbar. But there's any foul there. Still a North East ball though. Same routine, I'm guessing.
And I think that this is where you're going to go with this routine. I think they need the likes of Guillermo Fernandez. It's just something who's injured and they don't have that option. If you're looking at that bench, we see boys saying looks to be coming on, but maybe a redeemed flag. Someone on that bench you can come on, has that experience, has that ability, just conjure up something of a goal scoring threat. So the moment the game's kind of fizzled out and playing in the Chennaiyin hands at the moment.
The flip-flop party, but led by Dimpuyo. I just think that these long throws as well from Tom Dunbar, when you've got a defender like Ryan Edwards, they're just, they're so easy for him just to come into a crowd and head the ball away. I just think maybe you need to be a little bit more creative if you're going to try that.
Yeah, it's a question. You wonder how much have they worked on this? You very rarely score from the first phase of a long throw, and it's almost always the second phase. It's you've almost got to anticipate that, yeah, Edwards is going to win this, but can we pick up the second ball and capitalize on that second ball? Because most long throw-ins, I would say over 90% of them, it's never the first action from the long throw-in that gets you any success. And if you look at how well Chennai organise themselves, I think it's going to be very difficult.
So we've seen this come on for North East. Party Gogoy has gone off. Probably means that Jarre will move into a more central role. Toy coming on for his third appearance off the bench this season for the Highlanders. And they are the goal scorers from earlier. 2-1 at half time, and then Jordan Gill's second, making it 3-1 in the second half. 2-1 John had again with a reverse ball. Just when you get to this stage of the game, there's almost a little bit of a sense of desperation about some of North East United's play at the moment.
Their voice things just come on. There's a lot of adrenaline rushing through, just didn't get the weight on that pass.
Lucas Bravilla's steep back tonight. He's been very influential, as you can see, in that central role, which he's very supposed to be.
Yeah, he's been key today. We've seen him drift wide in a lot of the previous games, but a lot more central today. And been a lot more lively as well. I think he's put in a shift. Coach recognizing that maybe needs to freshen things up if they're going to try and protect this lead.
One Brazilian for another. Lucas Bravilla comes off and Elsinho comes on, who was at Jamshedpur last season, played every game for Jamshedpur last season. And Lucas Bravilla off the mark in Chennai colours with that very well taken penalty in the first half. Chukwu. Farouk. To pick that over the top of Connor Shields. Chima Chukwu. Good block from Payaman.
That was a bit late. Lucky. I think it's only a yellow for Dindiana. Very, very reckless the way he went into a heavy touch.
Dindiana goes into the ball. It's the shot from Chima Chukwu that came back up. Maya Cannon. Yeah, he's coming late on that one. Didn't make contact, I don't think, fortunately. There has been a red card in each of North East's last two matches. Let's hope that both sides can keep the 11 players on. You might have seen that Samik Mitra picked up a yellow card as well, the Chennai goalkeeper, a bit earlier. North East needs something. We're heading towards the drinks break in the second half. Nesta and Jarre just over the free kick. Jarre hasn't really shown much in front of goal tonight. Has effectively scored in 6 games in a row for North East because he scored in their final 2 Jerome Cup games against Shillong Lejon in Birmingham. Because he's in the ISL where it counts. The cannon. Crowd of players towards Nesta. It's a chance for a sheer, but he got right underneath it. And that was probably one of the better chances they've had in this second half.
Yeah, unfortunately for North East, as the ball drops to a central defender. Not the play you want the ball to drop to. It just doesn't get his foot over the ball, doesn't get over the top of it. The way he's striking, that was never really going to trouble the goalkeeper. It would have been an ideal opportunity for them to get something back going in just into the water break.
These fans are hoping to see their side turn things around here. Well, these are the goals that we've seen in the game. Fairly simple tap-in for Nesta early on to put North East in front. But then Jordan Gill doing what Jordan Gill does best, scoring goals against his former club. The equaliser, Ryan Edwards pulled down by Zabako, and Lucas Brambilla converting the penalty before Jordan Gill thanks a second goal past Gurmi in the second half. And that's where we stand at the moment, with Chennai leading by 3-1. Just be rather a seventh defeat in 11 games for North East United against Chennai. Away by Edwards. Stood into a good ball, Farouk. But sliced out of play by Benamte. Another player that was added to this squad this season after playing at began last season. The second half has really been dominated possession-wise by North East United, but they've just not done anything with that possession.
Yeah, that's where I think when teams drop off and allow them to have the ball, they're very dangerous in transitions, but when you allow them to have the ball and your team can get back and get set defensively as Chennaiyin have, there's question marks over, do they have a plan B? Do they have the quality to unlock defenses? And I think this is where they have to improve this season if they want to be challenging and make an improvement from last season.
Top two go head-to-head tomorrow night in the short counter rebuff. Bengaluru against Punjab. Mama trying to volley that one across first time, takes an inflection behind for a corner. Defending his hit for Namte.
He's done a good job tonight, Namte. Done a lot of defensive work. Just eating a few minutes off the clock.
Zabako and Bimama forward for this first northeast corner of the game in the 79th minute. All the way to the back post. Again, unable to hit the target. Eight States, One United, of course, is the slogan for Northeast.
I think that's going to be the challenge for them this season. If they can unite the 8 states, they are going to play games away from Guwahati. They're going to play in Shillong, as we've seen the new fixtures coming out. That could really boost the players, because they're going to be playing from a packed audience. Well, over the years, there have been talks of them playing in Shillong and Manipur. I think that'll be fantastic to take the game to those places, because you will not find an empty seat in those venues if the games are played there. And that's thank you, ISL, from the Kasi contingent, Kublai, from Shillong.
Yeah, 3 games in Shillong early in the new year.
A few words I can remember from my time in Shillong.
Skidding through the header back to Gurmi. Jitin. Giving away to Mukherjee. Ryan Edwards. Slightly out of position at the moment. Zabako. Into the final 10 minutes here. He's still a lifeline for North East United. And Jarre quickly closed down by Elsinho. Then again towards Bimama. Good defending again. Chennai with plenty of bodies back behind the ball. Mukherjee. Chiba Chipwood. His left foot in there. Zabako. Will be a free kick to North East United.
This is where you can see, you get the likes of Chima Chukwu up front, you can see that Chennai will have a plan. They can bring Elsinho in, protect that space in front of the back door, look to counter-attack. You've got someone like Chima Chukwu who can hold the ball up and bring others into play. So they've got a plan B away from home. You can see how they've got different ways they can approach this season. And the way North East is playing this season, question marks whether they have something else. He's about to looking to see if the referee is going to give him any sympathy.
Well, Chennai will move above North East United up to 4th place. North East will be down in 8th. 7 points after 4 matches. Points a game for North East United at this stage. Sort of challenging moment or so ago from Irfan Yadwai. He's never completed a full 90 minutes for Chennaiyin. We've got about 8 minutes to go for stoppage time.
I think he's put in a good shift tonight, the young lad. I think.
Well, then, if you needed reminding, match 28 of the Indian Super League sees East Bengal taking on Mohun Bagan. Oscar Bruzon in charge for the first time after the departure of Forrest Kudrat. And the big Kolkata derby coming at them. Yeah, that's a heavy back pass, which is Samek has sliced away. It was Indiana that was going back towards his own goal. And the goalkeeper just happy to get something on that.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of dodgy back passes this season with Chennai.
Well, we'll take it quickly, but I think it'll have to be taken again. That's Indiana that's just picked up the second yellow card for kicking the ball away, I think. Well, he thought the corner had been taken and they wasted it. He's kicked the ball away. It's a second yellow. And for the third game in a row, there's been a red card in a North East United game. El Senior pleading for his teammate. I mean, Coyle just trying to reorganise things.
I think Indiana's well within his right to play that ball because it obviously was touched by Ajari. It was outside the quadrant and the ball had moved. Whether it was something he said to the referee after which resulted in the yellow card. We'll have to have a look later.
Nesta with the corner. Wasn't a handball in there. Chima Chakru came flying in, didn't make contact with the header. What's all happening here in the last few minutes? Tom Dunbar. Chennai down to 10 men, don't forget. Kicked it. It's a draw ball away by Edwards. And second yellow card for Diliana. Well, he certainly thought that Ajari had taken the corner and the ball had moved out the quadrant. Another late challenge, which is going on finish, play on, toy. Nice in the reverse ball. They are coming all the way across. Just knocked on its way by Irfan Yadwai. Another Chennaiyin player down inside the penalty area. North East not happy feeling that Chennaiyin are wasting time here. It's Mukherjee that's down.
This is poor refereeing, I think. The player's gone down. There's been no contact there. North East are trying to attack. He's trying to take the thing out of the game. This is what you don't want to see. You can clearly see as the cross is coming, and after this next phase of the attack, the player's just gone down. And you can see Mukherjee just going down, just sitting down and trying to get to time waste. The referee should not be stopping the play there. If the referee just allows North East to play, I will absolutely guarantee you that Mukherjee would jump up miraculously and try and defend, otherwise he'd be playing everybody onside. You do that once and players stop doing this. This is something that the referees have to improve upon. It is not a serious injury that needs a stoppage in the game. It's a crappy play off.
Well, because they're having slight tweaks in the rules to prevent that kind of thing happening this season. And Chennai will temporarily be down to 9 men because Mukherjee will be allowed back on for a few more seconds. He's waiting to come back on. He has to wait 30 seconds before coming back on now.
But that doesn't really change anything. You've taken the sting out of the game. It was a quick throw in. You're denying that. They can allow to get players back in the game. So there's 30 seconds of inconvenience where your team's playing a man down or 2 men down now because of the red card. But the goalkeeper can waste sufficient time.
Mukherjee is back on now. This game between these two sides last season did go beyond the 100th minute.
It begs the question, doesn't it, Mark? If you go down looking for a free kick, it's called simulation. Wasn't that simulation of a sort? Simulating hamstring injury, and you come back miraculously within seconds without any treatment or anything but thing.
14 goals after the 85th minute, as you just saw. Is tonight going to be another night where we have late drama? Ajari probably feels he hasn't performed to his best abilities tonight, but he's got a chance now with the corner. See what he does this time. Taken short. Back to the box, it's going to be a penalty. So there is a chance for Northeast United. It's Ajari that's been brought down. Senior just away for the referee. But again, there won't be too many complaints from Chennaiyin. You could see it when Ajari burst into the box. There was a contact just outside from there by Yago, and a second contact inside the box which sent him to ground.
Yeah, you can see this. I mean, you just mentioned about 87 minute onwards, how they have scored this season. He's looking for it. You saw him taking on players, knowing that he's going to invite a challenge. He's finding out that was lucky earlier on. Yeah, he's got an arm. He's grabbed hold of him, and there's a clumsy challenge. He put it a striker's challenge in terms of the way he's chosen to defend there. And this is a lifeline to Northeast against 10 men. If they can score this, we're in for an absolute grandstand finish for the last few minutes of this game.
Well, he's got his chance. Ajari against Sammy Mitchell. Ajari makes it 5-5. Run away from Alano's record, but more importantly, it's got Northeast United back into the game against the 10 men after Diliana's red card. A very calmly taken penalty under pressure to make it 3-2.
Won the penalty. He calmly dispatched it, sending the keeper the wrong way and giving his side a lifeline back into this game. With the time added on, there's enough time, especially against 10 men. We certainly will have their chances. We should see if Chennai can hang on.
Second player in history after Ilano. He's up for his record. So you can take that Durand Cup campaign, the last 2 games. He has scored in 7 games in a row for Northeast United. Not a bad way to introduce yourself to some new fans. Mano was playing in Morocco last season with Rabat. Only scored twice last season. Been at 26 matches. Seems to have found his home here in the Northeast.
But he's looking lively tonight. He could have had a few more goals.
Probably deserved that. Was offside. Well, on their feet here in the Indira Gandhi Stadium, as they sense this resilient Northeast United side are just clawing their way back into it now. Jerry just Toronto could step up back by Ryan Edwards. That was experience.
Yeah, great defending. Knowing when to step up. That's why Ryan Edwards clearly knew where was offside. Mind obviously waiting until the contact was made. We see Owen Coyle making a few changes. Just needs to eat up some of those 6 minutes of time added on. Works a good theatre. And then see coming on. As Irfan Yabud predicted, did not last the full 90.
They got close. Gurkurat has come on. Vinci Barreto has also come on for Rick Chowdhury as well. Owen Coyle, all of a sudden, his side find themselves hanging on a little bit here now. Here's Vinci Barreto, first touch. And the substitute. Box in the corner by 2. Chittin. Trying to bring the ball away. Chima Chukwu. Get my job, my header. Gurkurat. spinning away from his man. Three defenders quickly around him. And he's got the ball away. Nesta. Well, he's just left the ball behind. Bonnie Shields just did enough, I think, to hurry him into a decision. Vinci. Running well again, shoulder to shoulder challenge as Vinci Barreto went down in the area. He appealed, but nobody else did. Mama looks long inside the fullback. Keeper came a little bit slowly. It was Mukherjee that just got his body away, body across there in front of Toy. It looked like it was going to be a perfectly weighted ball just for a second.
Yeah, the keeper just got to come out earlier and be a bit more clear. Shoulders into his own play, that indecision. This time there's genuine contact, obviously, with Mukherjee. And justifiably, he's gone down and choosing to stay on him. Now, on this occasion, obviously, the referee well within his rights to just delay the throw-in.
Robbie Bartok Betcher has scored more goals after his first 5 games for North East United. He got 6 in his first 5. Jarry was 5 in 5. Very taken short this time by Tom Dobler. Finish. Ruby just onto the roof of the net from Tobacco. Was agonising. He just hung in the air, but I think Sonny knew that was going to land on the roof of the net. Mukherjee got down again.
Mukherjee wasn't anywhere near this action. He's gone down with a looping header. For a moment, Sonny Mitchell looked worried.
Rory Coyle telling him to get on with it. Ajare, top scorer in the very early race for the ASL Golden Boot this season. So we've got the top 2 going head to head tomorrow. Here come North East again. Ajare with a foot in, still not properly clear. Drilling goals. But Mama beats the ground in frustration because that probably wasn't the best decision on that sort of angle. Mukherjee's down again, but I think he may have got caught by some player that time.
Yeah, Mukherjee wants to get in the thick of things again. Players just over-committing, Vin Poya leaving gaps to the back. And it's needed the likes of Nante getting back in there. He's put in a great performance today, defensively, filling in those gaps for his side. And I think Benama, you can see the frustration, the wrong decision. Expect better from a player of his experience. Is that the last chance, or do they have one more attack left in them?
Well, their performance in the last 10 minutes will be giving their supporters a little bit of fun as we get to the final stages. Nesta hits the employer, Chinachukwu. Gilkira. 6 minutes to be added. We're already well into that. Yeah, the passive notice has passed in 60 minutes. It's been that frantic over the last few minutes or so. Mukherjee. Edwards. Chennai won't worry too much as long as the ball's in the northeast half of the field. Employer with the throw, just running up 3 more seconds off the clock. Chilachukwu. Will win the free kick of Zabako.
Clever, good football from Chimachukwu at this stage of the game, knowing just has to hold on to the ball, invite the challenge, get the free kick. They're going to be in no hurry. As Connor Shields goes over to this ball, is going to take all his time, use that experience, maybe just to play this back to Chimachukwu and keep this ball in the corner for as long as possible.
There's a timeline of the major incidents, yellow cards, and Billy Hunter's red card. Well, it could have cost Chennaiyin, but as it stands at the moment, they are heading towards the second win of the season. But they had to work for it because North East United are still pressing. There's another late challenge which has left the North East player down. It's Toy through in the middle, teasing and twisting and running and puts a little header away. And Shear. Another block from Dimpoya. Holds it in again, plays the chance it into the back of a Jarre. Away by Vinci Barreto. Relentless pressure from North East United. We've played 7 minutes, already played a minute over. This is a chance for Gerkirach just to run the ball down the line, but there goes the whistle. And Owen Coyle's side have hung on, despite a bravery guard and a fight back from North East United, who've given their all in the latter stages of the game, but not to bring Jordan Gant, one of the heroes against his former club. But North East United have contributed, Brad, to a very entertaining game.
Absolutely, always entertaining contest between these two sides. It's ebbed and flowed. When you feel the way the game started, North East looked like the only team that were going to go on to win it. You look at the way they finished the game, you think, how didn't they go on to get more out of this game? But that's the resilience of this Chennaiyin side. In the key moments, especially in the set piece, they've absolutely punished North East and walked away with 3 points tonight.
Well, the energy sapping heat has come again, but there's your player of the match, Brad.
Yeah, I think sometimes you lose track of the hard work some of the players do. You get sidetracked with the goals, 5 goals in the game, but I think Conashu's performance in the middle of the park, helping on both sides of the game, the offensive actions that Chennai have had today, and obviously out of possession as well. And I think those are the key players sometimes that epitomise an Owen Cole's side tonight, and that's what's got them the victory.
Yeah, maybe a slight hint of relief there in that Owen Coyle celebration as well, and a resigned look from Ram Benali. Kim Chukwu came on and played his part in holding out that win as North East United, who went into the lead for the 5th time in a row but couldn't hold on to win the game. Full time in the Indira Gandhi Stadium. North East United 2, Chennaiyin FC 3.